Okay, so today we're going to make kimchi pork fried rice using the pork that we had left over from when I made the slow cooker pork in the wraps. So first thing that you need to do is you need to get whatever leftover rice that you have that's been in the fridge for about a day at least. So right now I have here 2 containers of rice, plain white rice. And these are just the normal takeout containers. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in a bowl. And what you want to do before you use it is it makes it so much easier if you just break it up. Because right now it's all stuck together from being cold in the fridge. So what I like to do is I put it in a big bowl. And I go ahead and I just take my hand. And any big chunks and stuff, I'll just break it up with my fingers. One of the reasons that you want to use old rice is it makes each grain, when you eat it, less sticky. It'll have a better mouth texture. But if you don't have old rice, I mean, it's not, it's not that you can't make fried rice. I've made fried rice with fresh rice, but old rice will just make it a little bit, like each grain will be separated, won't be as sticky. Next, the ingredients that I put in this fried rice is the leftover pork. I'm not going to use all of it. I'll probably use about this much in here. I'll show you guys. And depending on how much pork you have left. But we actually had a lot of pork left. And we'll also use kimchi. This is a good way to use up all your ingredients that you have on hand. And I like to cut up my kimchi a little bit and also use some of the juice in my fried rice. And of course we had some leftover sauce that I had made to go with my pork wraps. And here it is. And this is a good way to use that up also. I would say I use about 1.5 cups. And it can just be chunky. I mean, you don't have to finely minced or anything. I'll go ahead and put it in this bowl. Okay, let me, actually I probably should have cut up the meat first. There's a lot of juices there, but you know what, actually it probably does not make a difference. It's going to get all mixed up together anyways. So let me get out the pork. 3 people, so, and this much rice. So I think about this much is enough. I'm guessing this is probably about 1/2 pound of cooked pork. And if you have a lot of pork left over, you can freeze it. You can just go ahead and put it in a Ziploc bag and freeze it, and then you can have this dish whenever you want. So I'm cutting it up, and it's about like this size. Okay, maybe 1/3 of an inch size. And actually, you know, this dish, the way that it came about is my daughter really invented this or thought of what to do with the leftovers. And we just loved it the first time she made it. So then we just have been doing it ever since. We have leftovers when we make that slow cooker pork. Okay, so this looks like enough pork. Let me go ahead and put it in this bowl. I'd say it's probably about 2 cups of chopped pork. Okay, let me go ahead and wash my hands. Okay, I'm going to bring everything over. And I'll go ahead and add in a neutral tasting oil. I'm using avocado oil, and probably about 2 tablespoons. Okay, give it a minute to heat up. I also like to add eggs. So I have 2 eggs that I'm going to cook first in the wok, and then we'll take it out. I'm going to go ahead and put a sprinkle of salt on it. And I like to just mix it up this way with the colors, kind of like strands of white and orange together. So if I had scrambled it, I guess it would all be one uniform color, but this way I get different colors in my fried rice. And it works out. Okay, I'm not going to cook it too long. It just needs to be cooked. And then after it's done, I will go ahead and take it out and put it in another plate. Okay, the next thing I'm going to cook is the pork. Put a little bit more oil in. And if you see any chunks that are just bigger than the others, you know, you can always take your spoon and just cut it in the wok. Okay, we'll let that fry up a little bit. You guys might be wondering why I'm so tall. It's because my husband so nicely built this bench for me, because I'm actually pretty short, just about 5'1", and I injured my right shoulder. I think lifting a little bit of light weights or else playing tennis. So this helps a lot. I think I had a rotator. Well, I know I had a rotator cuff injury. So I don't want to re-injure it. So this helps a lot. So if you're short, get your husband to build you a bench. Okay. Okay, so after the pork has cooked for a little bit, we're not really looking to brown it. We're just looking to cook it, warm it up. I will go ahead and add the kimchi. Wow, it's smelling very fragrant right now. The smell of pork, the smell of kimchi. It's just making a very nice fried rice. You know that these ingredients are going to give you a nice tasting fried rice. So we'll let the kimchi cook a little bit too. This dish is very easy to cook. I mean, it comes together so easily. You pretty much have all the ingredients. Okay, so after I've mixed everything together and the kimchi and the pork flavors have melded up together, now's a good time to add in the rice. Okay, so mix it up just a little bit. And the rice is a little bit dry, but don't worry, because we are going to add in the leftover sauce that we had made with our slow cooker pork. And this actually gives it a really nice flavor too, because we have the flavors of soy sauce, ginger, vinegar, and it just melts, really goes nicely with this fried rice. I'm going to let it cook a little bit in this pot to warm up the rice. And then we'll add in the eggs. And one other thing that I like to add to this fried rice is sesame seed oil. And then we'll taste it for seasonings. I'll see if it needs more salt or not. And maybe I'll add in a little more soy sauce too. Okay, now it's time for the sesame seed oil. So I put in about 1 teaspoon because the sesame seed oil does have a strong taste. So you don't want to overwhelm your fried rice with sesame seed oil. Okay, that maybe 1.5 teaspoons. Okay, so it's warmed up. It's looking pretty hot, so I'm going to add in back the eggs. Give it a mix before I take a taste. If you feel like your wok is getting hot, just put it a little lower to like medium. Okay, let me take a little taste. See if it needs more salt. Okay, I think it's fine. I think it's good. I don't think it needs anything. So, whoops, you're all done. And came together in, I'd say, about 20 minutes, 25 minutes maybe at the most. And you were able to use up all the leftovers that you had from your pork, your sauce, and your kimchi. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Nice one pot meal. Let's take a taste. It's really good. You can still taste the ginger from the sauce that I made. The pork is nice and tender, very flavorful. And the rice, perfect. Everything is really good. Thanks for watching. Bye.